All right. Welcome back to another episode of the MadHypeZ podcast. I am your host, Veed, and I am joined by the Waffle bitch himself, Dr. Waffle. Master Sweaty is not feeling well, so here's a picture of Master Sweaty. Joined by me, Loco, who also is Loco.
Let's go.
And we have our second guest, I think. Yeah, second guest ever. Bitchmeister, also known as Swigmeister.
Yo, just watch it.
And we're talking about DC and shit. Perhaps Godzilla.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
DC, bitch.
Okay.
Disconnect.
Disconnect.
Oh, okay. Wait, if we're talking about DC, I think I should cover this up.
Yeah, you should actually.
Oh,
Well, this character,
character,
just this character, because this was Green Lantern. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, but you actually have you have him, mostly Deadpool in there. Flash is kind of out of frame.
He's like, give me a quick second. Let me just swap him.
Let me just swap him. Damn. All right. I was thinking first off, Milo, you saw the new Wonder Woman movie. The only one that saw it here. Thoughts?
Indeed.
Indeed.
I give it a solid 6.5 out of 10.
I thought he was gonna say 100.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say 100 too.
Yeah, I think you're being too generous there with what you're giving, Milo.
So
Maybe,
what
but I don't
happened?
get super critical with these movies.
So wait, what
But,
happened with this
you
movie?
know, so, did you guys like the first Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it
it
was
was
pretty
decent.
decent. Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, I thought the first Wonder Woman, I mean, I didn't think the first Wonder Woman was like crazy good or anything. I thought it was like a solid movie. This one could have been a solid movie, but they made a lot of questionable decisions with this movie. And, I don't know. I'm not like super into the comics or anything. So I know a lot of people are upset at the decisions that Wonder Woman made, like Gal Gadot Wonder Woman made in this movie. And they are questionable, but that's not why I don't like the movie. I didn't like the movie because there was a whole part of the movie in the middle where just not a lot of shit happened. They kind of just were traveling around and it just got really boring. There wasn't a lot of action. The story didn't really make sense. There was some inconsistencies in the way that some of the powers worked. What's the villain's name? The cheetah? Is it Cheetah?
Yeah, I think it was Cheetah.
Cheetah, the other Amazon. Yeah.
Cheetah looked horrible. The CG just looked like shitty.
Did it look like cats?
Damn,
They
bro.
yeah, it looked like looked worse than cats. Cats actually
Damn.
looked better.
Damn.
Glad I didn't watch it then. Damn.
The only good thing of the movie was that what's his name? Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal was like a really good
The
character. Like his
Mandalorian?
character, he played the character really well. Yeah. Basically
Nice.
the Mandalorian in Wonder Woman. I think he did a really good job. He had a good performance, but really that was it.
That was it.
Cheetah, when she was not a cheetah, was good. But once she transformed and was like going off,
And became a furry.
yeah, like toward basically the first 10 minutes of the movie, she was pretty good.
The king of furry.
Damn.
Yeah, she became the
No, that's Cog.
furry queen.
Now, talking about Pedro, isn't that who got his body taken over? Right?
No, it wasn't him.
It wasn't his. Oh,
No, from what I've heard, at least, I haven't seen the movie. It was some random guy that I guess happened to look like Steve Trevor. Was that it, Milo?
Yeah.
That Steve Trevor like somehow possessed, and they ended up doing the dirty.
So is that his way of coming back,
So
or is he not?
basically, the plot of the movie is there's this artifact. I forget exactly what the artifact even was, but it was an artifact that could grant wishes or something. But you had to be touching it and wish for something in order to get your wish. And they didn't know this, and it just so happened that Gal Gadot is holding this artifact and wishes for her boyfriend back, who's dead. And so instead of it just bringing him back, it basically swapped his consciousness with the body of some random dude
Poor
who
guy.
was like around the same. Yeah, he basically lost his will to like live in that, his right to live in that body.
You know, he's
And
gone.
then
Bye.
that,
You're dead.
and then the consciousness of what's his name?
It's Steve Trevor.
Yeah, Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor basically took over his body, and us as viewers, we see him as Chris Pine.
Yeah.
We no longer see him as what he actually is, which is some other actor. Gal Gadot, like Wonder Woman, sees him as, you know, Steve Trevor, but in reality, everyone else sees him as like
The
who he
original.
actually is, like that
Oh.
original. Pretty sure everyone sees him as that original person because he at one point he looks in the mirror and he sees like the original.
Hmm.
But
So like,
yeah,
is he
that
back
part was just kind of weird.
or is it just for this movie? Is he like?
No, that it was just for this movie. That was just so they could
God
get him back in the movie.
damn it, bro. See, I was talking about this earlier, and this is what I'll bring up because I don't know if anybody knows this because comics wise, but there's a character in DC at the same time around the comics. Steve Trevor, when he comes back, he's supposed to come back as a superhero, and he's called Wonder Man. I'm pretty sure it's Wonder Man. And he's basically supposed to be the alternate of Captain America for DC. It's basically what it was supposed to be, like an alternate kind of Captain America, same colors
Yeah.
and everything, and he has the same powers too. He has enhanced speed, enhanced strength, body's bigger and stuff. So I mean, kind of disappointed in that he didn't come back. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the comics, did he get killed off and then he came back, or how does that work?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. I think there's two ways he does it. I'm pretty sure there's the original where he just becomes Wonder Man, and then there's this one
Yeah,
where
I don't
they
think he originally gets killed off.
no, the original one is he
So
is
they
Wonder
already
Woman,
killed him off.
and then this
The thing is,
one,
they dug themselves
yeah.
into a hole with that because they killed him off early in the
Yeah.
first movie.
Well, that's also
And
another
then-
thing. It's because this one, for this version, he's from World War II. Like, I think
Yeah.
originally he's supposed to be present day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll meet some other dude. Because the
Another dude named
message of
Steve
this movie
Trevor.
was kind of cool. I liked the message of the movie. It was just the plot itself didn't make sense, and it was kind of slow
Yeah.
for the most of it.
And Wonder Woman
Don't
kind of
revive
raped
your
a
dead
guy
loved one.
and rape a
Yeah.
random guy.
Because, like, I mean, the message ended up being like, obviously, Pedro Pascal goes like psycho, granting everybody's wishes. Because if he grants someone's wish, basically what Pedro Pascal's character did, he like took in the power of the stone. Like he wished for the power of whatever it was, the artifact.
God.
And so now nobody can use it except for him. And so if he's touching someone and they wish for something, their wish comes true, but he can also ask for his price and also like on top of it. So he's basically going to all these world leaders and all these places and granting people wishes with full intention of taking advantage of their wish and then wishing for something himself. So he starts going drunk with power using that ability. And then he grants multiple wishes to everyone around the world, and the climax of the movie was everyone has to renounce their wish. So Wonder Woman basically talks to everyone at once and tells them, renounce your wish, and then everyone renounces their wish because everyone's going crazy and like having problems and all this bullshit. And yeah, that was the end of the movie basically. He loses all his power because everyone renounces their wish.
Damn.
Oscar worthy.
Cut.
So it wasn't a horrible ending. It was just the action sucked, and getting to that ending was shitty. It was just
Yeah.
bad in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
I would say the only good parts of the movie were the beginning and the end.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a shame though, because I thought DC was really trying to come back, with Wonder Woman being decent, and then
Yeah.
Aquaman also being kind of decent.
Yeah.
At least
I
in
feel
my
like
opinion.
Aquaman was better than Wonder Woman, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it was, but it's not like the best movie out there.
Yeah, Aquaman was.
The be-
They did
it's
it
the
right
best
in
DC
Aquaman.
movie. I will say that. I like since like Henry Cavill till now, I feel like Aquaman set the stone like in place for DC. I feel like we should go off of that because I'm with you. Batman for Superman, I didn't like it. I'm with you. I think the Justice League movie was terrible. I honestly thought it was. I feel like the writing was ass. The script was terrible. Wonder Woman I liked. I gave that the original one like 8 out of 10. I haven't seen this one, and I'm not going to. Uh, and then the Man of Steel, right?
Yeah,
Was the
Man of
first
Steel.
Henry Cavill.
I think it was
That
decent.
one was good. I would say that was the last good DC movie of this like new DC
Current
era
run,
since
yeah.
like the old one. Yeah. So I feel like that and Aquaman are the only two good movies right now. So let's
Yeah.
hopefully they do some
I
good
mean,
stuff
I
with
guess
it.
Joker, but you can't really. He's not even in the same
You
universe.
can't really say that. Yeah, it's like this guy right here. It's like Venom for Marvel. He's like his own thing now.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to like he's not even part of the Batman series. He's just his own thing. They wanted to do his individual movie for him. But I was gonna say for Batman, because now we have the new one coming out, they're just excluding Ben Affleck, right? Like he's
Yeah, I think Ben Affleck might be coming back. I think I heard something about that.
Is he coming back from the Dark Side movie? Is that what he's coming back for?
Whatever they're doing next with these characters, yeah. I think
Because I know Robert Pattinson
Batman with
he's the young one.
Yeah, well, I think he's just gonna be like his own thing, like the Joker.
Yeah, like he's a young version of Batman, but
Yeah,
I know I heard
it's
that
not
too,
really
Ben Affleck
connected
was coming
to Ben
back.
Affleck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We'll see.
we shall see.
Isn't Cyborg getting his own movie too?
Actually, I think the actor for Cyborg is getting fired because he was like having problems with like some producer or some people.
Wow.
Yeah, and then like I think he even spoke out on Twitter about it. Yeah.
You're an actor. Don't argue with the fucking person who pays
Dude,
you. Bro.
also the Flash is probably done too. Did you hear that shit with Ezra Miller?
About him like fighting a woman.
Yeah, there was some like allegations for him. I think he's done as like an actor in general. I don't think he's gonna be because he was
in
doing
Fantastic Beasts, yeah.
the Harry Potter spinoff. He was doing Magical Beasts.
He was
or
in
Fantastic Beasts.
The second one, yeah. Yep.
So he was supposed to be in the next like I think 3, 4, and 5. I think they were doing 3, 4, and 5, but
because he's supposed to be the new villain. He's supposed to be,
and then also Johnny Depp. The whole shit with Johnny Depp.
I honestly
Fantastic
feel
Beasts
like
is fucked. Like that's two actors, two of the main actors in that franchise.
I will say who they got to replace him. They couldn't have done any better because the guy they got, even though this isn't DC, but the guy who they got to replace Johnny Depp has been actually a relevant actor as of now, like through Netflix and stuff, and he's becoming bigger like in roles and stuff. And he actually 2 years ago had done a movie with Johnny Depp. Orient Express, if you guys have ever seen that. It came out in like 2018. And so they did pick a good guy, but
wait, who did they pick to replace him?
I don't know his name.
Was it the guy from Harry Potter? Have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Have you seen? Have you seen?
Oh, he's the guy.
The one from the second movie, Gilderoy Lockhart.
No, but I just looked up the actor. I know who he is. He's the guy from Doctor Strange as well, Mads Mikkelsen. He was the villain in that movie.
Oh, that's who they picked? Like, for real? Like,
because he actually does. Yeah, it's been confirmed for a couple of months. He actually looks like Johnny Depp. Like, it got confirmed when Johnny Depp got kicked because they needed an actor to fill in the role. I think like the same week that he got kicked, he actually was confirmed as the next actor.
They probably had that shit like ready.
I mean, yeah, he's a big actor. He's a big actor too.
He was in Polar. He did good in that movie. Basically, it's like John Wick, basically. If you haven't seen Polar, watch it.
I still think it's fucked up what they did to Johnny Depp. Because if you've actually like looked into the like that case and everything, I'm pretty sure Amber Heard is lying about him.
Yeah, and the only reason he got kicked was because of a tabloid. It was a magazine.
Yeah, because and he ended up losing that case. Mm-hmm. And even that was kind of like shady because apparently the judge was like had close ties to her family or some shit. Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Well, we're off topic, but
yeah, we are off topic, but back to DC though. And you know, it's really a shame that our co-host Master Sweaty's not here. Cause I know he'd have a lot to say, mostly about Batman v Superman. Me and him have like butted heads over that movie plenty of times.
God, that was a horrible movie, though.
I really wish he was here.
Honestly, I remember watching that movie. I remember watching that movie when it came out, and I was like, after I was done watching that movie, my brother and I were like, How can Hansley defend this movie?
Bro,
Like, how can anyone
it's because
defend this movie as
it's
being like
because
a really good
Hensley
movie?
likes Batman, and he liked when he fought Superman in the suit. I guarantee you, that's what it is.
True. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone has their own
But
taste.
the writing was horrible. Like, that was just a
The whole Martha
poorly made
thing
So
movie.
I
movie
have
was
a
unnecessarily
question
The
long.
because you
Martha, yeah,
just
that was the dumbest part. I think people laughed in the theater. I laughed in the theater.
Yeah.
with what you just said about the Flash, though, Milo, because what you just said about Ezra Miller. I also, to the people who watch this, I wasn't saying thank you to the fact he hit a woman. I was saying thank you because I hate who they picked for Flash. And Hansley, if you watch this, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. He likes Ezra Miller. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
He's not here to defend himself.
Barry Allen isn't supposed to act like that. Barry Allen is in his fucking late 20s to early 30s. So fuck you.
Well, he's also like, isn't he like, he's like a crime investigator or some shit, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So the Barry Allen they got is like they try to make him kind of like Peter Parker, young.
Yeah, that
and
made him
witty
quirky.
and quirky.
Although I'm
yeah.
not really that into how they have Peter Parker currently, but
I don't either. Original.
Yeah, I think-
ADHD.
yeah, I think they do a little too much of the whole quirky thing sometimes.
So now we're not getting a Flash movie because that was confirmed for like 2023.
Yeah, we don't know
Cyborg
what
was
DC's
actually
gonna
supposed
do.
to happen for 2019, but COVID happened. But that's not happening now because he's getting fired.
He's probably
So-
he'll probably be replaced.
But
I
there,
imagine.
Wonder Woman 2 did ass. So this is all riding on Aquaman 2 and the new Batman series.
Well,
Is Amber
also
Heard gonna be in it and in Aquaman too?
I think she is. I don't
She did
think
not
this.
She did not
Yeah.
get
R.I.P.
fired.
Yeah, that's another controversy.
And everyone on that cast, including Jason Momoa, wants her fired. Nobody wants to work with her.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, but but no, you mentioned what could save DC. There is that whole. It's a long shot, honestly, and I don't think it will. But the whole Batman, the whole Justice League, Zack Snyder cut or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck's going on HBO.
I mean, because I know, like you said, and I know this too, Ben Affleck is supposed to come back for, that movie. And with that little cut scene, like in the Dream, in the Justice League movie or whatever movie it was, when he comes out in like the desert Batman,
Yeah,
when it's supposed to be like against Darkseid's army, I think that's literally going to be the only thing that saves it. But they've got to really save it, bro.
yeah.
'Cause they're-
Well, because I
they're
know they
really-
were like filming like reshoots at one point for Zack Snyder. So I feel like they're basically redoing that whole movie. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that turns out. But even then, I don't know.
New
I don't
director.
know why-
Just get a new director.
Yeah, I don't know why people put so much faith in Zack Snyder when he kind of kicked this whole thing off. And I know maybe producers did fuck up his vision a little bit, but even in interviews, you can see where he stands like on things about
Yeah.
like Batman, for example, and him killing him.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, "Oh well, this is my universe, my Batman. My
Yeah.
Batman can do anything. If he was my Batman could get raped in prison." I think he said at one point.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he said something
Yo,
like that, and I'm
chill.
just like, this man. I think he's missing the whole point. I think he's
Yeah.
trying too hard.
Because I remember at one point when Ben Affleck was being like kicked out off of it, like when there was talks about actually like kicking him off, they were talking about like killing him, but making like an alternate timeline and trying to bring his father Thomas Wayne as Batman, because there's that Batman as well.
Yeah, and he does kill.
And and like that would happen, but that never
How's it
happened
gonna work
either.
now? How's it gonna work now with the new Robert Pattinson Batman? Is he replacing that? Is he gonna be part of Justice League?
I don't think so.
He's supposed to be like the 20-year-old to 25-year-old Batman, like when he first starts out.
Because that Batman looks sick. Like that one looks like it's gonna be really good. But I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's gonna be
We'll
like
see.
meshing with all the other DC characters.
Well,
'Cause
no,
if they're
well,
keeping
But
like
Milo,
Wonder Woman. But
I know for a fact they're not connected or anything. Because for one thing, either Commissioner Gordon for that movie or Alfred, one of those two, they hired a black actor.
Yep.
So
It's Commissioner Gordon.
yeah, and our Commissioner Gordon is actually the guy that plays fucking J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yep.
So
oh yeah.
yeah,
What-
so I don't think they're connecting these universes. I think it's its own separate thing. And you know what? It's fine. I really don't care if they
Yeah.
have.
They could do its own thing
yeah.
like Joker. Yeah, I agree with you. What's the dude where remember Christian Bale where he's coming back from him? Liam Neeson. What's his name? Is
Ra's al Ghul.
Which are cool.
Ra's al Ghul. I feel like they could end the Robert Pattinson series with him going there. That would be like a good concept because he goes there when he's like young, like in his late 20s. That would be a good plot and like train and shit.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's such
Just-
a contrast between like what we're talking about with Marvel and like where they're at versus where DC is at right now in the movie.
Because Marvel has so
Because-
much built up.
Yeah, Marvel has an insane amount of like characters built up and so many that they have yet to use.
Yep.
And
Same
honestly,
with DC, but DC, I feel like it's been years and they're still stuck on like their 4 main characters that they have.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Like,
it's
they
a
haven't
shame.
pumped out a great movie except for Aquaman's.
Yeah, and I think it's a big
Really.
shame because I think DC had some better stories, like comic book wise, that they could pull from.
Mhm.
Yes, Cole.
I just have something to interject, and I just wanted because it's a topic for you guys. What do you think about a Deathstroke movie? Because they did introduce him, and he's a really big actor. So I feel like that could save it, honestly.
I don't know if it could save it, but I say at this point, fuck it, just throw whatever you want
I think it could,
to the movie.
like a vigilante movie before
They
he
need
takes
to
the time
just
there and
make a
looks
bunch.
crazy.
They just need to make like standalone movies. They can't like
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah,
try to
I
do.
think-
They did Justice League way too early.
I think I think the reason why the movie series and like the whole empire tanked for them rather than Marvel was because DC had so many TV shows ongoing. They had Arrow, then they had Flash, then they had DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and they had Supergirl, and then they have like I think one more. I just can't remember what it is. But then like with Marvel, there was only one at the time, and that was Agents of Shield. And it wasn't even a Marvel series, it was just about Agents of Shield. Had nothing to do with superheroes or anything. And I think that's honestly why they focused all their like producers and money into that because Arrow did so good for so long and so did Flash, and then FYI Flash up there
Okay.
did so well, and now it's ass too. So I just think that DC, they just need to get their shit right. They need to get good producers and get Ron Howard
Need
to
good
replace
writers.
Zack Snyder. Get Ron Howard, bro. Great director. Fuck Zack Snyder. He's had too many chances.
They need
Yeah.
good writers, man. Like it seems like from Marvel, even the worst Marvel movies have like a decent plot.
Yeah.
And it's cohesive. But like with DC, it just doesn't make sense in a lot.
I
of
mean,
these
if we take a
movies.
look at some of these, like some of the people that directed these movies for like Marvel, there's like Avengers was like Josh Whedon, but like most of
Yeah.
like all the movies I think were overseen by this dude named Kevin Feige, right? Yeah, he oversaw all of them, but then they also had like the Russo brothers. They had
Yep.
Taika Waititi filming Thor. They had like a bunch of like good directors, and they're all like following one vision. Unlike
Mhm.
Star Wars.
You know
But
why?
also unlike
Because they know
DC.
how to respond to this very well. That's literally all it is.
Yeah,
You gotta remember, it's also Disney too. Like
yeah.
you don't
and
fuck
I think,
with Disney, bro.
and I think, yeah, and I think there's. Well, I mean, Star Wars be fucking up. So
okay, sweaty nerd.
okay, anime princess. That's for you, Gerva.
I'll take that. At least anime is never ending.
I mean, neither is Star Wars.
Yeah, but it takes forever.
Yeah. At this point, let it take as long as it can. But
Yo.
no, but yeah, they fucking Marvel has a vision, and I think that's the problem. Not like with Star Wars, but also with DC, where and like partly due to Zack Snyder, is that they all want to do their own thing and want to change things up, like Zack Snyder, instead of just like sticking to one cohesive thing, and just like instead of trying to do something like it's good to do something new. You don't want to like
Just don't have a tank.
have a boring movie. Yeah, just don't have a tank.
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be a balance. You can't go that out there.
I think you're right, and I think that the one thing that would really help out would actually be I know like there's still controversy even after the like 4 or 5 years later now, and that was Suicide Squad. But at the time, it was so hyped, and it was actually really good at the time. And I think maybe Suicide Squad 2 could also potentially save that because they can make a third one if it does well. If they
True.
do a Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah. It also sucks with with DC because even though people that didn't like Suicide Squad, they still liked Harley Quinn. But then Harley Quinn's movie bombed. So I feel like they're always like, oh, they're like recovering. Okay, this is it. And then, oh, they fumbled it again.
Yeah.
They just can't like keep running with the ball. They just fumble it every time they catch it.
Yeah.
So
I just think there was so much hype left from Christian Bale, and Superman kind of led into that with Man of Steel, but then they just couldn't figure that out. Because in the end, like, if you think of DC, unless recently, you don't think of Justice League, you don't think of Wonder Woman, you don't think of anybody. You literally think of the last 40 years of Batman movies.
true.
Like, honestly, like, even with a noob, when you ask him about DC and you say, hey, what movie did you watch? Batman.
What's
Which
the
one?
last good DC film? The Nolan trilogy.
Honestly,
Yo.
I think they kind of did fuck up and not continuing the Nolan trilogy. And I know partly it's due to Christopher Nolan not wanting to do anymore, but still, I think it was, it
Yeah,
would
he
have had
was
a better
done, and
start.
every movie he's put out since then has been gold.
True. And you know what? It's good on him. He got out, at the right time, I guess, but still sucks for DC.
Yeah.
That's the guy who made the Christian Bale series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was an amazing.
He made
director.
Interstellar, Inception, Dunkirk, Tenet.
Yeah.
Interstellar, biggest brain fuck if you've never seen it. If you've never seen it, whoever watches this, watch it. You're gonna have the biggest mind fuck in the end. You're gonna be like, yo, what? That was I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay, then.
Yeah, all his movies are really well made, and he tries to do a lot of practical stuff with his movies.
That's
Yeah.
a good guy.
So you watch it and like you have respect for like all the things they're able to do
Yeah.
and pull off.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Who knows? Maybe the Batman new series with Robert Pattinson is gonna save it, but
Who's
like me,
directing that again? Do we know?
What was that,
yes,
Milo?
but I don't know the name. You might have to look that up.
Wait, of who?
The new
Of
Batman.
the
movie.
Robert Pattinson Batman.
What do you mean? New
Like who's
name?
Who's
directing it?
directing that?
Oh, Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, funny enough, I think originally it was supposed to be a standalone, Ben Affleck movie. And
Yeah, it
with him
was.
directing it, and then he left, and then they turned it into this.
Honestly, I think it was time for have its own standalone thing already, like a reboot of Batman.
True. Because this one wasn't working. Yeah,
He-
I think they just
as
need to
a-
stick with standalones.
He was. I'll say this: if you gave Ben Affleck a standalone movie like they did Christian Bale, I feel like he actually would have done good. Like
True.
no other superheroes, no nothing. Because in all honesty, out of all the Batmans, he's the most accurate looking, height wise, age wise.
And he's also a good director, too. Which is kind of a
Yeah,
shame why he
so-
got kicked out of that role.
So, like, I think it would have been well for them to have done that rather than his first movie be with Superman, because there was just too much hype with it. And when you tank like that, like it's 50-50, 50% liked it, 50% didn't. And when you tank like that, you're not gonna have another movie. When the next movie's Justice League, you fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's favorite scene for Batman in that movie was the warehouse scene where he literally goes full Arkham Knight and breaks into that warehouse and starts
Yo.
beating
They
the
showed
fuck
it,
out of
and
those
they showed
guys.
us that scene before the movie came out, right?
Yeah, they
Yep.
did in the trailer.
That was
And it
like one
was
of the
like, what
first
the
scene.
fuck?
That was like the first scene we saw. And
they
they
showed
were
the
like, "Yeah,
entire
we want to see
scene.
that," and then that was the
Yeah.
only scene in the movie.
Yep,
It was like,
yep.
Yeah. And then
That's why
the
they
other one
showed
is
it.
that scene, that nightmare scene of him using the guns. And it's like,
Oh yeah,
that was a little too out there already.
that was more like Robin Hood meets Arkham Knight than Batman.
Yeah. But who knows? We'll see where things go for DC.
Ooh,
There-
Robin, Red Hood, not Robin Hood, Red Hood. That'd be a good standalone movie right there. Instead of Deathstroke, do a Robin, Red Hood. I keep seeing Robin.
Did
Hood.
they add him into the show?
When you said Robin Hood, I thought you were talking about the whole thing going on with the stocks.
Stonks?
Yeah, the stonks, the Dogecoin.
No, but because Jensen Ackles plays the voice acting for Red Hood in the cartoon, and not gonna lie, even though he's a little bit older, he's in shape like that. So they can make him look younger. He could be a Red Hood. They could do a standalone movie, or even not even a movie. They could do a series, but like not have to do with the current series and not do like a crossover and bullshit like that. They could do that. That'd be cool.
They could, but we've been talking about DC for a while, and I know Switch just been sitting here patiently because he hasn't seen anything from DC since like the original Batman movies.
Adam West.
But there was something we wanted to talk about.
Okay, bitch.
West.
Yo, 1961, bro.
Damn. But no, there was something we wanted to talk about with him. Godzilla, bro. Godzilla and Kong.
No.
No? I mean, you did that reaction with me on my channel.
How do you
Shout
guys
out.
feel about Godzilla and Kong?
Swig,
Oh my God.
if you were to pick an inner animal spirit, would it be Godzilla?
Yes. He's a walking nuclear power plant, bro. What do you mean?
But yet Goku would win.
Is Godzilla's thermal breath supposed to be blue or red? Or orange?
They have different it's different colors.
Oh, slow down there, Godzilla.
There's 2 types.
I think it's mainly blue, though.
Yeah, it's mainly blue.
I think it's like, it depends on how powered up he is. Because
So I heard
Godzilla's like a
crazy
walking
theory
nuke.
today.
Yes, what is your theory?
Today from one of my friends. He was telling me that people were analyzing the trailer that just came out
Just like Swig.
and the size of Godzilla compared
He's
to
not like-
planes that were next to him versus the size of a Godzilla from the 2014 Godzilla and the planes next to that Godzilla. And they were saying that the planes next to Godzilla's feet now are bigger, whereas before they were like up to his toe.
Yeah.
And now they're up to like his whole foot or something. So Godzilla got smaller.
Yeah. And guess what? We didn't even need a plane to notice that. Me and Swig just saw the trailer and saw them standing on that fucking boat. There's no way Godzilla could stand on that boat, especially with Kong.
Bro.
I think Kong is the same height as him, right?
Oh, that Godzilla, yeah, but there's no way.
Monkey
Monkey.
flip.
How I'm gonna put it, this isn't the real Godzilla. It has to be Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, so you think it's Mecha? That's what I was gonna say. Is the theory is that it's Mecha Godzilla.
If you look through the trailer, there's gonna be like a one like freeze frame it. It shows like a schematic of Mechzilla in the background.
Yeah, if
Oh.
there's a point in the trailer where you see,
Mr.
could be-
I dive deep
it could
into
be
my
a Mecha
research.
Godzilla.
Dude, we
Literally,
just
he
found
was
the plot
watching
twist for the entire movie that they're trying to surprise us with.
Yo, so
whenever
I
it comes
was
out.
right. It's gonna be Mecha King Kong versus
Well,
Mecha Godzilla.
Well, no, I don't think there's a Mecha King
It's not
Kong.
Mecha King
I
Kong.
don't think there's no Mecha
Oh, so
Godzilla.
is that why Godzilla's attacking the innocent? Because it's Mecha
because
Godzilla?
Possibly, yes.
Godzilla attacked humans.
Yeah,
So
because
where's normal Godzilla? Where's he at?
He's probably hibernating, bro.
he's just sleeping.
After going, what's his name? The one from
Going ham.
King
Normal Godzilla
Ghidorah.
got killed in his sleep by Mecha Godzilla.
Damn.
Wait, how does what's Mecha Godzilla's story? Did he even like come? Like, how did he come to be? Is he an alien?
How are they gonna work if it is Mechzilla?
He's not created, right? Like, it's not man-made. He was like,
It is man-made.
oh, it is man-made.
It's man-made by aliens. If like look in the past movies, it's made by aliens from the future that want to kill Godzilla. Some shit like that.
Yeah, but you know they're gonna adapt it to be a little bit
Wonder how
less
they're gonna
silly,
adapt
probably.
that.
Build them just to kill Kong.
Yo, watch the real Godzilla like pop out and rip off that Godzilla's head.
Probably.
That'd be
It's gonna
hilarious.
And then, yo, and
super
then-
super Godzilla.
Yo, King Kong's just like, oh hell no, bruh. Drops the axe, like I'm out,
Well,
man.
that's
Peace.
the thing. The axe. That's the thing. The axe he has is Godzilla's scale. That's why it's absorbed.
Yeah, that's why it's absorbing his fucking atomic breath.
So
it's his scale.
is it that Godzilla's or is
Well,
it
that's
the
thing.
original
So what I'm
Godzilla's?
seeing that's what I'm seeing because I don't understand if it's
Godzilla had a baby.
Godzilla. Because
Who knows?
Godzilla can't absorb his laser like that.
Well,
Godzilla could
also,
have just fucked an alligator.
All right, then. But also in the
What if
trailer,
Godzilla just had a baby?
it could be Baby Godzilla.
If we've watched anything from the '90s movie, it's asexual.
He just butted off of Godzilla's tail or something.
Laid some eggs.
Damn.
It could be the baby. Could be Baby Zilla.
Jesus. But no. About the axe though, and like the trailer actually mentioned it that like Godzilla's kind and King Kong's kind had like beef in the past or whatever. So it could be like, you know, a relic from back then. It may not be Godzilla's scale necessarily. It may be like the scale of someone other, you know, Godzilla. Yeah.
Could be like King Kong's dad's or grandpa's.
Yeah,
action.
like, you know, the family heirloom. He's like, yeah, I got this off this bitch. Godzilla's fucking grandpa was a bitch. I took his scale.
Yo. Why'd you be like the toenail, bro?
The toenail. He's like, it's not a
He's
scale,
like,
it's a toenail.
Enjoy that, bitch. Putting it on a stick.
The thing is, I want to see if it is Mechagodzilla. That kind of sucks because I want to see Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, it is kind
I
of.
don't want to see Kong versus
Kong?
Mechagodzilla.
I don't know. I feel like they would add him at the end.
Who knows?
Well, if anything, like
He's gonna come by and be like, "Oh, you're fighting in my Earth, so what's good?"
maybe Kong is fighting Mechagodzilla the whole movie, and then at the end realizes it's Mechagodzilla, and then Mechagodzilla is about to like kill Kong. This is my prediction, by the way.
And Zilla comes through.
And then Zilla comes out of the water and
Yeah.
fucking wraps his tail around Mechagodzilla's head and starts fucking choking him out and shit. And fucking...
And then Kong
Yeah,
like goes,
anyway.
"Holy shit, who are you?" So wait, I have a question.
Kong
especially
just
for
gives him
you-
the scale.
you Zilla fans. 2014 with Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's regular Godzilla, right?
Are you
Yes.
talking about the
It's the
Yeah.
Godzilla from this movie, yeah.
The one you don't see till the very end of the fucking movie when he pops out of the cloud.
Yes.
Okay, so then not the newest one with where they're fighting all the Titans, but the one right before. Is there one right before that?
No.
Or is it?
The,
or is that
the one
newest?
before that was Kong.
So then this Godzilla one where he fights all the Titans is the newest Godzilla movie. Technically.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
continuation of the 2014 one.
So my question is, why does the King Kong from 2016 or 17 look completely different than this King Kong?
I don't know. I never saw that
I thought it was
movie,
2019.
so I don't know if he looks
I
different
can't
or not.
remember. All I know is that King Kong was brown with a black face, and this King Kong is straight up black and black.
Wait, wasn't Kong a little smaller as well?
From what I
Yeah, he
can
was.
tell, in my opinion, the King Kong that was on that island on Skull Island is bigger than the one that I saw in this trailer.
What the fuck?
No, he was way smaller.
Are you sure? Because compared to
Yeah.
a human, like he could like crush a human like with his toe.
I don't know.
And
I only
in
saw that
in the
one
Kong
frame of him
movie,
standing
he was
up.
like a baby.
Compared
So-
Maybe he grew up.
Yeah, so he grew up to be bigger in this new one, in the new trailer.
So his hair went from brown to black.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't
turn
know.
old.
My dog used to be all black.
Creative
Some bullshit, bro.
Bullshit.
They put a filter on him.
Yo, it should be Godzilla versus the
There's a glow up.
Megalodon, bro. That's what it should be.
Mecha Megalodon.
Megalodon wouldn't last 2 seconds.
Bro,
That's
I know,
like-
but
You
like that'd be a cool
Do you
movie.
think we're gonna
It'd be
see
a short
King Kong on the Empire State Building at any point in this movie?
It's like a cameo. Get shut down,
If he
bitch.
does, that building's going down. There's no way it's gonna be able to support this fucking King Kong.
Can wipe it from underneath.
So here's the thing, and I actually will say this adding on to that. I
Mhm.
think the height that he is, he could. Because that height is what King Kong is kind of like. This Godzilla's tiny. Like, they're 50 to 100 feet tall. They're not that tall. Like, I'm telling you, if you take King Kong from the 2008 movie, he's the same height. Because that King Kong was huge in the Jack Black movie. He was huge. His face was like 10 humans. So
Well, the Jack Black movie isn't connected to this. You're thinking of
Yeah.
no. I know it's not. I'm just saying that King Kong was as big as this one.
Oh
So, and he was on the Empire
Probably.
State Building.
Maybe.
That's why it's saying
no, I
it's
think
like
this
a
one's
remake.
bigger. This one's bigger,
I think
definitely.
this one is
Are you
bigger.
sure?
Yeah, he's definitely bigger, but he's not as
They're not that tall, bro. I want to be taller.
I
Those
feel
look like
like-
action figures,
'cause-
man.
I think
'cause in
I think
the-
it might just be scaling. I think it might just be weird because we don't know
It's that-
exactly how
it's that
big that
boat.
boat is. Yeah.
It's that boat.
Yeah.
Those boats are big, bro. Compared to a human, those boats are
Yeah,
big. But
think about
compared
it.
to a
Godzilla-
Titan,
And we saw him walking around like a city, right? Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kong is the same size as Godzilla, right? Roughly
Yeah.
the same size.
It seems like
well,
it.
in
Yes.
this movie, yeah.
I
There
feel
we
like
go.
Kong should have been a little smaller, but obviously he's more agile.
Yeah.
But Godzilla has like swimming and shit.
Yeah.
And that
I
atomic
feel like
breath,
that should
bro.
have been the weakness and strength difference.
Original Godzilla's foot would be as big as that ship.
That's what be facts.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I'm right when I said it. King Kong's actual height, you can look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 50 feet, 50 to 75 feet.
Yes, but they boosted his height to be able to fight Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, for this movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Godzilla
sure.
was a little big. I think they shrunk Zilla as well. Just to-
Well, that's
Well,
another
I'm-
thing. This kind of theory of mine that if they don't go down the Mecha Godzilla route, maybe this Godzilla like was depowered somehow because you know how he like runs off radiation.
It's like
Maybe-
sweaty on the soup diet.
Yeah, he's a bit smaller now. He shrunk down a little bit,
Yo.
and that's why this
He's
is
on
now
keto.
a fair fight.
Keto Godzilla.
And Keto Godzilla, yeah.
He's on that no carb diet.
It's cold out, bro. It's cold. Trust me. He
His
shrinks
nipples
a
were
little
hard.
bit. His nipples were hard, and he was smaller.
He's not as jacked as he was in high school.
Yo, he is a. he is
He's
a
off the
fat
juice.
guy. He did
He's
shrink
off
up,
the
bro.
juice.
Yo.
The kaiju roids.
All we see is like a Pacific Rim battle robot come out and just like try to fight Godzilla.
Damn.
That'd be funny
Maybe the
as fuck.
people who own Pacific
That actually
Rim
got-
create their own Mechazilla.
Did they come out with a second one?
They did. Don't watch it.
It was bad.
It's bad.
I don't think I
Yeah.
watched it either.
So bad. Because
Yeah.
they made Pacific Rim, and then they made which is a Japanese one, but they made Atlantic Rim, and then they made Pacific Rim, the second one, and that one is just
Atlantic Rim.
I
yeah.
feel like it was. I remember when the 2014 Godzilla was coming out. They were like, "Oh, they're gonna combine these. They're gonna be in the same universe." And then
I don't think it would.
The
Nothing now.
Monsterverse.
You know what's
So
funny?
good.
What's that Halo movie that I always talk about, the series that was on Netflix? You know what I'm talking about,
I
the
know what you're
kids.
talking about.
We literally just talked about this, David.
well, Forward Onto
The-
Dawn.
Halo
The-
Legends?
What's it called? Into the Dawn or some shit like that.
Forward Onto Dawn.
Forward into Dawn?
Forward
Yeah.
into Dawn. When because that came out the same kind of time as Pacific Rim did, I honestly was like, yo, they're bringing this into Halo.
You know, they're
I don't
still
know.
supposed to make
I
a
don't
Halo
know.
TV show, and
We'll have
we
one
haven't
one
heard
day,
much
Milo.
about that.
Remember back when it was supposed to be directed by Steven Spielberg?
Jesus Christ, it's been so long. It's been 6 years, I think, since we last heard something of it.
E.T. makes
That
a
shit's,
cameo
that shit's
appearance.
gone through hell.
Yeah.
But it's still being worked on, apparently, so.
E.T. phone home. Master Chief, don't kill me.
Oh,
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see E.T.'s head go, and then just.
Damn.
Halo good.
The Halo pistol.
I want a Halo movie. Imagine a Halo movie.
Maybe
I think
And that
David's
shit would
been
do
imagining.
well. That shit would do well.
It
Did a
would.
live,
I mean,
either a live action or like a fucking, even if it's CG, like a really good CG Halo movie. That shit would be fire.
I don't know who they get to play Master Chief though.
Master Chief. I mean, they need.
That's why they could do a CG one and then just literally voice them the same.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Actually,
No.
you know what, Milo, you got a point there. Maybe not even CG. Just get a tall fucking dude and then have the actual dude do the voice, like the actual voice actor.
Well, Master
Yeah,
Chief
that's
Just
never
step
true.
over.
did that.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, bro. Dwayne's 6. Yo, John Cena.
John Cena's too small.
Master Chief would be like,
bro,
You
Master
can't
Chief
see me,
wasn't
bro.
so-
Yeah, when he activates active camo.
yo.
You can't see
Yo, they should
me.
do. They should do a Master Chief versus Predator movie.
Oh, yo.
They should do John
That's how
Cena
you-
versus Predator movie.
That's how you got people to hate your movie.
Come on,
Facts.
because you know Master Chief's gonna kick his ass.
Bro, you're thinking like DC right now. You're trying to combine two things on the first movie. No, you gotta have a standalone Halo movie first.
You know,
Yeah.
it'd save DC if they added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into it. Okay.
I don't think so.
At
'cause
least with
Teenage
these
Mutant
Monsters
Ninja
movies,
Turtles
they didn't
couldn't-
pull a DC and do Batman v Superman right away. They did a Godzilla movie and a Kong movie, and then another
True.
Godzilla movie.
True, they waited.
So they have plenty of build up for these two like characters.
Yeah. And you know
And
what? I commend
they
them
can't
for
even
that.
talk.
Yeah, they can't even talk.
Facts.
That's why we have to focus on the shitty humans sometimes.
Yeah. That's
Even though
another
that-
big complaint about the 2014 one is that they spend way too much time on those humans
Yeah.
and not enough on Godzilla.
Yeah. And even if you saw
I
that
think the
trailer
latest one was
reaction,
good.
even if you saw like my trailer reaction, Swig and I were like, I was like, oh, they're probably not going to die. Like Godzilla and Kong, they're probably not going to die in this movie. They're both going to walk away fine. But the bystanders, they're probably going to die. Because who
Yeah.
gives a fuck about them?
Australia's fucking laser beam evaporated. Thanos now.
Yeah. I want to see a fucking reenactment of Pain from Naruto doing the almighty push. And everyone just fucking dies.
Oh, damn.
You will, but fucking Godzilla does it with his foot.
Yeah. No, I want Godzilla to fucking suplex King Kong. And the shockwave.
Oh,
just-
yo, no, RKO off the Empire State Building.
Can you imagine if fucking King Kong did an RKO? to
Yo,
Godzilla?
Oh, no.
Who do
throw
you
like
think is going to be more
falling
badass in this movie? Who do you think is going to have the most badass moments?
King Kong.
I think they might do King Kong, but
underdog. They're gonna. Give
I'm
it to the
still,
underdog.
yeah, but I'm still rooting for Godzilla. But I think King Kong, they're gonna give the
If
suck,
it's even
the shine.
Godzilla.
I
If
just
it's
can't
even
see
Godzilla.
Godzilla doing anything that different other than like
Putting a laser beam.
like lasering down King Kong. Like that's the
Just
most
wait till he
badass
does a
thing.
fucking drop kick, Milo.
But what if he takes that axe and he cuts off that Godzilla's head, right? And when he's like all beaten and bloody and he's like tired as shit, and all of a sudden real Godzilla just like pops out of the water and like just keeps going and keeps going and then just towers over
He
King
pops
Kong.
his head out.
And
He
he's
pops
just
his
like,
head out
oh,
and just
fuck
shoots
no.
a thermal breath like that.
King Kong just like, just let me have it, bro. Just let me have it.
Just let me.
Yeah, because this one looks pretty small. I don't know.
It didn't even look like
This
the King
Godzilla
Kong
looks
from the
a little sus
2014
to me.
movie.
Yeah, he's imposter, bro.
Yeah,
Godzilla
He's the
is
imposter.
Sus, bro. Yo, blue is sus. Where's red?
Damn,
We need Redzilla.
Redzilla.
I think they did in the past. They did have a Redzilla. I remember.
Yeah.
Nah, man, what you mean? That was black and white.
I remember playing the games and there was like a blue version of Godzilla and a red one.
There was
Yeah.
like
That's
three
why I
types,
was
there
wondering.
green, purple,
I think the red one is like when he's like going nuclear. Basically, he's like
When he's going Super Saiyan.
no. Basically, he's OP as fuck, but he's
Kaioken.
also like dying.
Yeah.
So
When he uses the
Kaioken.
I
Kaioken.
know what
there
you're
you go,
talking about.
the Kaioken.
When he uses the Kaioken times 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
the eighth gate.
Swig definitely knows, bro.
Jesus.
Godzilla's his phone background.
Okay.
Dude, remember when at the end of was it the end of King Kong? The movie where they had Godzilla like do his like roar or his scream
Yes, in the credits.
Yeah.
in the credits?
Yes, because at the end of that King Kong movie, you think it's over, and then the black guy with the glasses, and then the girl get pulled into a room, and then they're just showed a bunch of photos on a projector, and it's literally just caveman drawings on a wall of the Titans, and they're like more coming, and then you see Godzilla, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Roar."
Excuse me, it's not Titan, it's called Kaiju.
Bruh,
Surprised.
they're the
I was
seven
literally
Titans
thinking
of
that.
the world. What you
They're called
mean?
Kaijus,
I'm
excuse
surprised
me.
they didn't do like Kong vs Godzilla right after that Kong movie since they had already done a Godzilla movie.
You know why you can't call them kaijus? You know why? Because
Kaiju.
the kaijus from Pacific Rim are too tiny. Okay. Okay. Mothra could eat the big one in Pacific Rim.
Well, that's why
Okay.
Godzilla is literally God because he's so damn big.
Bro, this rate, yeah.
Godzilla.
They shoot a nuke at him to try and kill him, and he still didn't die. Didn't he absorb the radiation?
Wait.
Like from the comics or some shit with Godzilla? Isn't that what happened with
I
him?
think from
Like, back
a
in-
movie. There was one movie.
No, he actually died in it, but he regenerated after for the next.
Is that what it
movie.
was? Is that what it was?
Yeah. It was like a Japanese one.
I was gonna say I knew something about how he got shot with the actual nuke and it didn't
They
kill
didn't
him.
shoot him, they just drop the nuke down his.
Bro, if he was a superhero, he's this man right here. He just regenerates.
He
It's
literally
gonna be
regenerates.
Batman v Superman Godzilla edition.
You know, that
Yo,
might
Superman
take
or
DC.
Godzilla?
You know,
Superman.
there we go.
Godzilla
We
is
got a
Superman.
title. We have a fucking title for this podcast. Can Godzilla save the DC universe?
Yo, make a Zilla man.
They're just gonna
You
give
killed it.
they're gonna give
Zilla.
they're gonna give Kong the Batman armor.
The
from
Batman
v
armor.
Superman.
I would. Damn.
Yeah. All right. And
So you can
with
survive the nuclear breath
true.
without an axe.
But with that, we kind of are at time. So,
Oh,
yep. Time
Sorry,
flies when you're
viewers, I
talking
have
about
to go to
Godzilla.
bed. I'm sorry. I have work.
Yeah, Waffle's a bitch, we know. Anyway, this has been the MadHypeZ podcast. Thank you guys for joining. And as always, stay hyped!
Stay home.